Welcome to What About 505. Today we will talk about the man that later became the greatest in the boxing world. Born as Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr. in January 17, 1942. In the middle of the Second World War, when the U.S. Navy was in war with Japan after the attack on Pearl Harbor in December 7, 1941. Clay began training as amateur boxer at 12 years old, but the idea of boxing was first planted by a Louisville police officer and boxing coach Joe Martin. When Joe found Ali fuming because his bicycle had been stolen, he told the officer he was going to whoop the thief. The officer told Clay that he better learn how to box first. It was not until he saw amateur boxers on a local television program called Tomorrow's Champions that he was really interested in the prospect of fighting. At 18, he participated in the 1960 Rome Games and competed in the light heavyweight division. Despite being only 18, he won all 4 of his fights easily. In the final, he defeated 3-time European champion Zbigniew Zakowski to win the gold medal. An interesting fact was that his professional debut on October 29, 1960 was a 6-round decision over Tony Hunsaker, a police officer/boxer, similar to Joe Martin who gave the advice to Clay to learn to box. His public conversion to Islam in 1964 was among the most defining stages of his remarkable life. This decision enraged his critics, and the press continued to use Ali's birth name, even though he renamed himself as Muhammad Ali, leaving behind what he considered his slave name. With just 22 years old, he won the World Heavyweight Championship, defeating Sonny Liston, the Bear, who claimed he was 32 at the time, but many believed to be 34. In 1966, he refuses to fight in the Vietnam War. His reason was his religious beliefs and ethical opposition to the war. That caused him to be stripped of his boxing titles. He stayed out of prison while appealing the decision to the Supreme Court, where his conviction was overturned in 1971. He did no fight for nearly 4 years. If found guilty, he would have served a 5-year sentence and a fine of $10,000. Ali's actions as an objector of the Vietnam War made him an icon for the counterculture of the 60s, movement that was an anti-establishment cultural and political. While away from boxing, he became a popular speaker at colleges across the United States. His most popular speech was entitled, "Black is Best." The fight that placed Ali as the greatest heavyweight of all time was his defeat of the favored George Foreman in Zaire. Billed as the Rumble in the Jungle, Ali was coming 4-1 underdog against the unbeaten Foreman. In this fight, Ali introduced the rope-a-dope tactic. In 1978, he lost his title to Leon Spinks, a novice boxer with an Olympic gold medal, but only 7 professional fights. The final ring contest of Ali's career was a loss by decision to Trevor Berbick in 1981. His final record of 56 wins and 5 losses with 37 knockouts has been matched by others, but he is set apart by the quality of opponents he faced at the time. In 1996, Ali was chosen to light the Olympic flame at the start of the Games of the 26th Olympiad in Atlanta, Georgia. He died on June 3, 2016 on Scottsdale, Arizona. Ali's memory is kept alive through stories of his victories, his poetic quips, and his political activism. Celebrities, religious leaders, and political luminaries have gathered to honor him, and thousands of fans always will cheer him and remember him as the greatest, Muhammad Ali.